Marth.
No, I actually agree with winners finals being played first. Because it's pretty hard if you lose winners finals to go immediately into losers finals.
Marth.
Getting that mentality up. Yeah, he was playing Marth against me earlier.
Yo, Bart, the bracket.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is an actual bracket, Marth. We're
as
getting
I'm putting
into
up his
game one.
headphones, which basically means that this will be a bracket set or a match.
So we got iStudying pulling out the Marth in bracket. I don't know what the boy experienced when he got to America.
Honestly, I wouldn't.
But ever since he came back, I've seen.
I
him
wouldn't
pull out numerous
necessarily
new characters.
go that far. But I do think iStudying is a multi-character. Like, he plays a lot of characters to a very high level.
Well, I will say.
Kind of like Entei.
I saw him maybe Cloud once or twice in doubles, and he went to America. And when he come back, I'm seeing Sheik. I'm seeing Marth. What's going on?
I mean, I've played his Marth today, and his Marth is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I do think Marth goes at least even with Ness, though.
But then again, I've played like 20 of iStudying.
Oh, the Dipper! Hello!
Wow. Hello! I've played like 20 of iStudying's characters, and all of them are pretty good, so...
Yo, if that wasn't cross stage,
3 Master being funny,
then he would have actually taken like Ness's stock at 70 with a tipper. That is insane.
I mean, it's,
wow. you can't escape the thunder, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
excellent.
a stock. Well, it's not stock.
Yeah, that's totally the stock. Oh no, he saved his jump all this time.
Counter, yeah.
And you go.
I mean, I was about to say that should be the stock regardless of him dying there or not. Because that PK Thunder is so easy to counter for Marth. It's so easy to time, you can pretty much react to it like...
And of course, like most counters, Marth's counter also, you know, skills in terms of knockback, depending on the move he counters, and PK Thunder too. Yeah.
That's a pretty strong move. Even if you don't die of that counter, you still are in a very bad position because you're able to get countered all the time, pretty much.
I'm digging this Marth.
Me too. I told you, this Marth is good. Like, whenever S1 or iStudying plays secondaries or any other character than either Ness or Greninja, or, I mean, Mario Greninja, I respect it, regardless.
Yeah.
Because I know that they play multiple characters to a high level.
Wow! Oh, another tipper!
Below the ledge.
Your head is just a little bit too big, my friend.
Yeah, that will get hit. I mean, it's an advantage when you use up air, but in that case, it definitely wasn't.
So we got S1's Ness being down 2 stocks to iStudying's Marth.
Yeah, I mean, iStudying is showing that he actually has a lot of good characters. However, as S1 likes to say often enough, Game 1 is download.
Game 1 is download.
And he has proven multiple times that it's actually true.
Yeah, S1 might just have some of the greatest internal internet connection out of any player in this building.
Internet connection. He has some floppy disk or something.
Yeah, dude, just store it.
Or the floppy disk is for those on...
There could have been a down tilt.
The floppy... Yeah, it could have been. The floppy disk is for those of us who aren't that great at adapting. He is an SD card or...
Yeah. He just selects opponent.zip. And are we seeing it going on right here? You know, he lost 2 sticks real quick, but ever since then he's been dominant.
And if he's downloaded you, he will search for that file in his storage to be like, oh, this is the file for iStudying, let's take it out.
Did he just download iStudying's Marth in less than 3 minutes?
Who knows?
Okay, less than 4 minutes.
Kinda looks like it.
Kinda looks like indeed, you know.
So stock 1 and 2 are downloaded, not game 1.
You know that in America that would be game 1.
Yeah, that would be game 1.
Which is why we play 3 stocks over here.
Honestly, if iStudying manages to take this game, I would actually switch. Because you can see who has momentum right now. So if you go into the next game like this, you know who has the momentum. You can better switch. Just take all that momentum away, pretty much.
Well, I just want to see him stay Marth because I think it looks cool. But probably, tactically speaking, it would be the better option.
Wow!
Hello?
We actually got hit by that.
Did he try to spot dodge?
I think S1 just got some kind of blur. I think he didn't really know what to do at that point.
You know, you see the tipper coming at you, Vietnam flashbacks, you freeze.
Yeah, yeah.
And now iStudying has game 1. Okay, let's see if he tried to spot dodge.
He just did nothing.
Oh, he tried to drop through the platform. Ness ducked.
Yeah. But even if he would have ducked through the platform, he still would have gotten hit. So
I think so. That
was not the option
big
to choose.
Hello, Bowser Jr.
He's actually switching.
And I don't know what goes on in the head of that man.
Again, iStudying's Bowser Jr. is actually good. He actually used that character in the past.
I know, I love watching it. That's something we really need in this country. A good Bowser Jr. man who actually shows up at tournaments.
I mean, if Tony would show up, that
Exactly.
would definitely be a good Bowser Jr. man.
If he showed up. I seen him once at Avalon and I love this.
He's probably even watching this stream. That guy is
Yo, Tony, if you're watching, come to more tournaments, man. I want to spectate that Bowser Jr. But right now we're getting into game 2 of iStudying vs S1 right here in Winners Finals.
Tony is so good. But let's not talk about that right now.
So he stayed Marth. Talk about it.
You really want me to talk about Tony?
No. To talk about why he stayed Marth.
I think he was just confident enough in his Marth that he took that momentum there. It was like, I took the game, why not stay?
Yeah. Well, this seems to be working out for him as he is ahead by roughly 45%.
Yeah, he has another lead, and iStudying shown that his Marth is very well capable of taking out really good players.
It's just the age-old problem of Ness not having the greatest mobility and not having the greatest range. And then you play versus Marth.
I mean, I think his range is fine. It's more so that in his stilts, his range is pretty bad, obviously.
Yeah.
I more so think that his ground game is very limited and people just don't abuse it enough. I mean, his mobility is pretty poor. His hitboxes on the ground aren't the greatest, especially tilt-wise. They're either pretty slow or they don't have really have that great range.
Marth's ground game is pretty decent and most of all very long range. You can just creep up on Ness and just see what he's gonna do while you are sort of in range to hit Ness, and Ness really isn't in range to hit you.
A lot of matchups.
Another tipper!
The arrows rate. That's another thing. Ness's landing is very predictable because that arrows is so good. And other than that, he doesn't really have a lot of options. His aerials don't really cover below him because his arrows is really terrible. And then he has that very bad double jump for landing options.
Okay.
So he also has pretty mad airspeed. So his options aren't that good when he tries to land. Same with recovery. His disadvantage stage isn't really that good. So that's the thing that iStudying is clearly abusing, and people that know this matchup actually know how to abuse Ness.
That's how you should play it.
The biggest problem I think is that Ness is forced to jump in a lot of matchups, and jumping leaves you open because you don't have that shield option left.
Like his aerials are great.
Yeah,
but if your character can deal with it, then you're just stuck in the air.
Exactly, and the thing is, shield is one of the best options in Smash. Like, at any point.
If Ness's aerial mobility was just a little bit worse.
Yeah. Exactly, especially with that grab nerf too. I mean, shield is such a strong option, and jumping means that you don't.
Is that a gimp? Does he have a jump? He does.
That's
is that
probably
the gimp?
A game. That should be a game.
No, he can make it, but
wow.
No,
that's
the side B.
He probably thought he had him there, but S1 recovers safely, and that's
up throw.
A kill. No. Up throw won't do it. This match is actually rather even now. Oh wow, tries to counter.
And you can't.
That's a very unsafe option to land with, but he was probably just trying to expecting S1 to put out.
Well, you know, S1 was with his back turned to him, so expecting the back air right there isn't that crazy.
No, it's not a very crazy.
It's still an all-in, you know.
I mean, if he does use that barrier, you kill him, so. But yeah, we know that S1 is a pretty patient player, so he just doesn't throw out that much.
You see him pressuring him just by being there.
Yeah. Sometimes not doing anything is the biggest pressure that you have. Just standing there because your opponent's like
slowly creeping out.
Dude, I have to choose an option because he has the advantage. For example, if you corner somebody and you just do nothing, they are on that corner, they know like, ooh, I need to do something now. Because if he does something, I can react to that. Because like reaction time is roughly 90 to 20 frames.
A throw? That's it.
Because of the input delay and the reaction time that the humans usually have, so it's like about 20 frames. Not exactly 20, but it's around that. So that's 1/3 of a second pretty much that you lose on reaction time. So there is a lot of stuff that you just cannot react to. So often you just have to predict it, and if somebody doesn't throw out anything, you don't know when to react.
And because iStudying dropped that edge guard earlier, he is now in a pretty bad position, and he actually gets sort of gimped, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I think he didn't know that he lost his jump and just fell down.
Yeah, he probably just buffered neutral, you know?
I think he wanted to use his double jump at that position, just double jump up A, B, but I think he didn't notice that his double jump was lost and noticed it a little bit too late.
Either that or it was just too low and he knew.
Yeah.
So will he stay Marth? It was working out.
No, definitely not. After losing that game, I think he will switch. And his Sheik,
honestly, if he hadn't dropped that edge guard, that would have been the game.
That would have probably been a different game. But he is switching to Sheik. A matchup that S1 is pretty familiar with. I've actually been playing this matchup with S1 like 2 or 3 days ago. And I wouldn't say that my Sheik is on iStudying's level, but
No, but it definitely at least gives you, a good feeling for what Sheik's
exactly.
options are and
Yeah.
the spacing you need.
it gives you a pretty good option of what kind of things Sheik likes to do. And S1 used to play a lot with Mr. R in the past.
And iStudying is even using the same color as you. So.
Yeah, yeah, he is. But yeah, I mean, S1 playing with Mr. R a lot in the past. Not as much nowadays because Mr. R is more often in the US than he is in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So that's a thing, but he still has a lot of experience against Sheik. And honestly, Mr. R back in those days was already at the next level, so like it's still viable experience.
Yeah, and it's showing right now.
Yep. The Sheik's
He
not
just knows
doing
exactly
well
what to do, but it's Sheik.
With Sheik, the problem is that you kill a lot later, you're so light, your damage per hit is not that high, so you have to be on point with your neutral and also with your conversions. And if one of those isn't on point, you'll probably lose, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
So now iStudying actually has S1 on the ledge and very good ledge guarding.
With Marth, I wouldn't even say there's too big of a deficit, but we're talking about Sheik here.
Yeah, but still, I mean, iStudying continuously starting to edge and ledge guard S1, and S1 staying on the ledge for a very long time, but is back in center stage right now, which is a bigger thing than you think, because being in center stage allows you to move more freely than being on the ledge, because your movement backwards is limited. You have to either jump over your opponent, you have to roll behind them, force yourself through with a move or something.
And that is exactly what's going on right here, And, you're always in a disadvantaged position when you're at the ledge.
And that's a very strong thing about Sheik too.
But
Sheik
in some matchups you just have to accept it. You cannot sumo Sheik out of there as a character like Ness. So you gotta learn to live on the ledge in certain matchups.
It's true. And the thing is, with Sheik's neutral, it's like Sheik is so good at forcing people to go into that corner and just keeping them there. That's such a good part about Sheik's gameplay.
Exactly. So if you want to face good Sheiks, get comfortable in the corner.
Yep. Know that your movement options are limited all the time because she can just throw needles. So your movement is kind of limited. You have to play a very strong fundamental neutral.
And that's exactly what S1 has been doing. Managing to live up to 170%, continuously avoiding any strong hit Sheik might have had. But now we are approaching the kill percent where everything's gonna kill, especially that up air.
Yeah, and this is the hard part for Sheik too, because killing with Sheik is pretty difficult. You need to get either a good setup or a heavy read on a higher percentage, because her moves out of reach don't really kill that fast.
Yeah.
Except for like bouncing fish, which you can react to. So you don't really have to air dodge a lot against it, because like I said, you can react to it. And like up your up smash, but honestly, if you aren't air dodging to the ground all the time, you don't really get hit by that.
Okay, iStudying fighting back.
Definitely want to show that his Sheik is capable of actually doing more work than he was doing up to this point. I'm not sure why he isn't playing the Ninja though. It's kind of awkward. This should be big.
Well, I think he has.
Yes,
Oh!
it is big. That should be the stock, honestly.
Excellent edge guard by iStudying.
It's not the stock. Wow.
Oh my god, he doesn't even have PSI magnet as a down, but he also has some magnets in his hands, dude.
I mean, the ledge is a magnet. So
It sure
I mean,
is.
honestly, iStudying just.
Oh, the random tech that wasn't needed, and he drops.
That's it.
So, yeah, less than stellar from the Sheik.
Yeah, let's just not do that again. Let's just switch to a different character, maybe. Go Greninja or something. He might just save it for grand finals and just take 2 sets in a row
I
with
think Dennis, when he was in the States, found a number of matchups
Just-
where he struggled with that aren't as prevalent or played by as dangerous players in Europe, specifically the Netherlands.
it. For example?
Well, Cloud might be one of them, like maybe Joey at best. Joey at best, and he
Or,
is definitely
Roberto.
a tier.
I think Roberto is also.
Oh, Roberto, yeah. Forgot about him. Sorry if you're watching Roberto, of course, Roberto. But those 2 players are definitely a tier below iStudying and just one.
Yeah.
So I think that is what triggered him to find a good secondary.
It might have. I'm not sure because iStudying is a. I'm not sure, but I feel like iStudying can do fine with Greninja in pretty much every matchup.
Yeah, I think so too. But we weren't there, you know.
No, true. I think actually Sheik is the hardest matchup for Greninja, maybe. But then again, pretty much nobody knows the Greninja matchup, so
Exactly, you know. But sometimes
sometimes you just
it's
don't feel
nice to have
comfortable.
a character to fall back on.
Exactly. Sometimes you just don't feel comfortable with your main character.
Yes, Greninja is a very technical character. If you don't feel in the zone, I can understand why you wouldn't be able to comfortably pick Greninja.
Yeah, and I just checked the bracket, and Eddie actually beat Triss, so Eddie is in top 4 right now.
Okay.
Waiting for Longo against Ramses. So that's wow. Good combo by iStudying, and this match is...
Yes, there it is.
Oh, but S1 has recovered more often than once against that up B.
But you know, that's what I wanted Eddie to do all those times when he played S1 in winner semis.
I mean, I
he's watching the stream now. I hope he's picking some of this up, because that is just so powerful versus characters like Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, because that's just so powerful versus characters like Ness and Fox.
Yeah, right. But I remember from Avalon that S1 actually was able to recover from that B, so he's definitely able to do some crazy PK Thunder strats.
So though it's more likely you'll take a stop.
No kill. Again, this is another thing that a lot of people overestimate, is the fact that back throw is so strong. And indeed, it is a very strong move, especially in Ness's Rage. But as we just saw, he survives at like 120.
Yeah. Concentrates on the biggest border stage though.
If you get grabbed above like depending on your character of course. But if you get grabbed around 100, 120, a little lower for lighter characters, you know that he's going to back throw you. So you should die into the corner, upper corner.
And play around the grab.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, this gentleman?
He still has his double jump. I thought he didn't have it.
Should be it. No, just a little bit too late with the B.
Even then, I mean, it's S1. He might just return with that PK Thunder. You never know.
It's always worth a shot though.
Yeah.
Basically a risk-free edge guard that can kill at any percent.
Yeah. And I mean, S1 kind of knows that iStudying will go for that. So if he does know, see that a B will hit, he's like, okay, now I gotta do something. And what was that?
That's a misinput.
Some jet clashes and then he goes for the PK flash, which is definitely a misinput. Oh, and that's the dare cancel. That's something that S1 came up with, and he's been using a lot, getting a lot of mileage out of that. And I saw Foe actually starting to use it as well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I believe Foe actually starts using it as well. Maybe he studied S1. Who knows?
That'd be something.
I know that at some point S1 actually asked him for some matchup advice, or at least what he thinks about a certain matchup. I'm not sure if they ever talked about it in the end, but I mean, I think it would be a good thing for players all around to work with the same character, just talk with each other about some knowledge for the character, because it can make the scene in general better.
Fortunately, we live in modern times where the entire world is connected by just a click of a button, but personally I always much prefer doing it in real.
Yeah, I mean, that's always better, but you're not going to travel to America to talk with somebody about a about a matchup. You
know, you have a 5-minute chat, then you go back.
Wow,
excellent read
on the air dodge. Yeah, I mean, at least I'm not doing that.
Okay, so iStudying is in a really big advantage, and it's starting to look like that game 4 will be going to him. If it does, we'll be heading to game 5, but S1 will be in a counter pick advantage.
Yeah, he will.
You'll think he'll go Mario?
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, that's it.
Actually, he might.
Yo, a 2-stock, that's pretty convincing.
S1 has more good characters. He might. I don't think he will go Cloud. I don't think he will do that. Fox, I don't see that happen either. But S1 is actually...
that leaves Mario.
Yeah, I think if he switches that he will go Mario. But he is actually practicing his Mewtwo. And his Mewtwo is getting really strong. iStudying is actually the one switching.
Yeah. So that means S1 staying character, confirmed?
What is he doing? I'm not sure why he is switching.
Yo,
we so convincing with Greninja.
Yeah, okay.
S1 stays to the net, sticks to the Ness, which I think honestly is the best idea right now.
Yeah. So they're going to Town City. You know, that's pretty good here. He likes to kill with his full head. That's gonna work wonders on a stage like this. But in my personal opinion, this could be Greninja's second best stage.
It could be. I'm not sure.
No, it's either this or Smash Bros. It's definitely not Lylat or Dreamland.
What about Omegas?
Yeah, I think that's his top stage. His best.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I thought you were saying that Smashville was the best stage.
No. I think either this or Smashville is the second best, with Omegas as a clear-cut
I can see
best stage for Greninja.
Maybe Duckland. Not
Maybe.
the best stage, but it's definitely a good stage for Greninja. Anyway, this game looking extremely even right now. I'm studying an S1 playing neutral right now, and I think I know that Greninja actually wins the neutral here, because Ness's neutral is kind of, because of his slow movement, not really a lot of hitboxes on the ground.
No fast projectile.
No fast projectiles.
Oh, just a little bit too late.
I think his neutral is actually not that good. Like, he gets a lot of reward out of a read, but I think if you can actually play defensive against Ness, he has a lot of trouble because his approaches are pretty slow because of his movement. And his neutral isn't like forcing you to approach.
Yeah, you know, the ideal opponent for Ness is a character that... Oh, and there you go. That's it.
No, he misses himself, but
The camera wasn't his friend right there.
he almost recovered there.
But you know, I think if you are playing Ness, your preferred opponent would be a character that doesn't have decent disjoints. You know, you struggle with disjoints. And it doesn't have a good projectile, so they have to approach you.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't, like, for example, I honestly think myself that Diddy is really strong against Ness. And I know that S1 actually agrees with that. Sheik is strong against him. Cloud is also really annoying for Ness because of those huge disjointers.
And I also think that Greninja is pretty strong against Ness. You know, the water shuriken is a big problem in neutral for Ness. And then you have this wild card style of up B edge guarding, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, great drop kick by S1.
And back to neutral, you see how much trouble he has just approaching. It's really difficult.
iStudying can just press B, and when he starts going close, he can just run away because of his superior mobility.
And that's not all. Like, I mean, he's now off stage. His offstage game is really poor.
Yes, and he had to go for the up B. His double jump was expanded.
Another kill. And you see right now how much trouble Ness has off stage, how much trouble he has in the neutral, because he just gets out camped. He just has to approach all the time, and it's so difficult to do. You need to read all the time. Honestly, if this character wouldn't do that much damage, it would be pretty bad.
Back to low tier with you.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely not low tier, but...
No, not in this game. But he always has been in the past, I think.
Yeah.
Not too sure about Smash 64 though.
But like I said, I definitely think it's a matchup that when people know how to play it, especially with certain characters, it becomes really hard for Ness to actually work around that.
Yeah, right now, iStudying is 1 or 2 hits away from lapping S1 in percent. With the stock advantage.
Yeah, I mean, iStudying looking very solid here right now, and that would mean that S1 would have to play somebody in losers.
Oh yes, he has to make reads exactly like that. Perfect by S1.
Strong up air. Recognizing that iStudying wanted to jump over him.
And iStudying, definitely he had the frames to air dodge, but the read was just so real on S1, he was just there before he knew it.
I think iStudying tried to get above him in some way, or just over him in some way, because he expected a fair, so he didn't want to stay in front of Ness and just try to get over him and just failed. Got up aired and died. And now this game looks extremely even. But if iStudying just goes back to that patient playstyle, just plays a lot of neutral B, just throw a lot of shurikens and just camp it out, honestly. Like, what is Ness going to do about that?
Well, we're about to find out, as iStudying looks to be intent on following through with the gameplay. We see more water shurikens coming out.
Wow, that was not a lot of damage, but it could have been a lot of damage.
Yeah, and it leads to you in advantage, and that's all that matters.
This is where Ness is so strong, his advantage position. He does so much damage.
So he got in there once, and he brought iStudying all the way up to 86.
He's kind of like a lesser version of Ryu. That's oh wow.
Okay, he waited.
Wow.
iStudying
No
missed
punish. No punish from iStudying.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get anywhere close to that back throw.
That's I don't think he will die unless he gets grabbed at the ledge.
Yeah,
which
will.
I mean shouldn't happen. That's oh wow.
That could have been it.
That could have been it. So risky by iStudying, like just get your distance. Keep center stage. Don't get grabbed near the ledge, you die. Just play patient, you don't have to approach right now.
Oh, that's it? Is that, no, he goes for the fourth throw.
No, that's definitely not going to get. Oh,
tech! Oh, the tech!
Oh,
wow. An edge guard! Oh my lord, S1!
Clutching that one out.
Good god! The triple edge guard! He is ready for every single tech you do. Look at this!
That
Look
was
at this.
amazing. I thought